Hello everybody, welcome to Red Tool House. On our channel we talk about all things homesteading and we try to implement some of those in our rural 100 acres here in southern West Virginia. I'm standing here today with Job Dellinger from Refresh Appalachia, and he has brought me a very cool tool to play with this weekend. So Job, tell me what we got here.
Well, what we have right here is what we call our mobile chicken processing unit, or mobile chicken processing trailer. It is a trailer that is able to process chickens. We actually bring it to either a farm or a place where the chickens are on site, and it has everything that you need to process chickens and get them ready for to eat.
Yeah.
We've got it's got the kill cone area, and then you got the tub over here to get them all hot and ready for the spinner to get rid of the feathers. Yep. And then once that spins and does its job, the feathers actually it's very few and far between as far as finding any feathers that didn't make it off the birds. And then of course then you've got your evisceration table right there, and then your soaking tub, and then of course we've got all the parts right here. They're kind of packed up right now, but we try to provide everything you need, whether it's the knives or cleaning utensils, or just pretty much anything you need to make it as easy as possible. And it sort of I guess you could say the one-stop shop for getting your chickens ready, and you can actually move through a pretty good amount of chickens. Of course, that depends on the amount of people you have helping you, the labor, exactly. But yeah, it's a great setup, and we try to provide as much as possible to make it as easy as possible for people like yourself.
Sweet, sweet. Okay, so let's talk about the whole setup, if you don't mind, real quick. So Refresh Appalachia, was this a standalone kit you bought ready-made, or did you guys put a lot of this together?
I will be honest, I'm not 100% sure the full story on how it came to be. To my knowledge, it comes already fully ready to go, and it literally is as soon as you get it, it's all set and good to go, and from there you can literally just park it and you're good. I mean, there's a few minor things that need to be set up before you actually start the process, but the majority of it comes ready to go.
Yeah, so this is what, a 10x6 or 12x6 trailer, it looks like?
Yes, yes.
So 12x6 trailer with the typical landscaping drop-down gate. Obviously some stabilizer jacks in the back, so you're not rocking back and forth.
Yep, and of course the one in the front for the trailer, obviously trailer hitch.
And then there's just a rubber mat, non-slip mat attached to the bed there to obviously give you traction. And then of course the equipment, we've got a really nice 6-station killing cone with trough and a little funnel down below to catch our debris there.
Yes. And
then a really nice, I love this rotating scalder, propane, and that's what I think is really cool about this, propane versus electric, so you're not going to be trying to run a electric element and have to worry about that. You could literally go up in the middle of nowhere and do this processing and not be anchored to the grid.
And you have your 2 propane tanks right up front where it hooks right in, and then of course you've got your underneath the metal guard here, you've got the thermostat and the timer and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and it does so people don't misquote me, or I don't misquote myself, it does still require electricity, but that's just simply for the rotator, the rotisserie element. So just a standard 110. Again, if you're off grid and you had a basic converter or you had a very small generator, it could run this without any issues. And the same with the picker. Okay, so after we come out of the scalder, then we go in the picker, and so. This, when we used this last time, worked great. I mean, again, needs electricity to spin. You've got a hose attachment there for some water, but that's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah. The chickens come out of the scalder, go right into the picker, and when that thing starts spinning, I mean, like I said earlier in the interview, it definitely does the job. You will very rarely find feathers left on it. Maybe a few here or there, maybe tucked under the wing or something of that nature. But it's amazing. It does the job. Yeah,
it's interesting. We noticed that using this picker, and I'll get some overhead shots so you guys can see, but with these fingers, it does take the feathers off quite nicely, but it doesn't bruise the chickens. When we ran last time, we had a couple chickens bruised, but we know that was from transport because they were bruised. We saw the bruising when we took them out of the rotisserie, so we knew we had some bruising there from that, but that was from transport, getting them off pasture.
Sure.
But I've noticed this thing is is really gentle, but it also had pulled some of the heads off too.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
It's going through, which is fine. Again, the way we do ours, where we cut it and we sever that one artery and the muscular tissue on this side, then the head's already loose to begin with, and they just pull off pretty easily. So yeah, I was really impressed with how easy. Obviously, the feathers just fall down, the water falls down, and then after the end, we just collected those up, and we were good to go.
Sure. The one thing that you do have to be careful of is you don't want to, let them stay too long in the scalder, because then obviously you'll start to cook the chicken literally, and then once it gets over to this point, it'll pull the skin off and all that. But but generally, once you find that happy medium, it like you said, it does the trick and takes care of them.
Yeah, we were running last time we ran 2 minutes, and we had a perfect time. In fact, the way I was always trained to tell if you got your scald right is when you're picking or plucking, if you're doing by hand, is if you could start to denude the feet. If that outer layer of skin came off the feet easily, then you were good to go, and that was a sign that it was ready. So we come out of the picker and onto the two-station evisceration table there, which is really nice. Again, all stainless steel. Whoever welded this up is a welding genius, and I envy him. But yeah, really nice. Obviously, a little drain hole there, so we could put our buckets underneath.
Yeah, or even a garbage can. If you have a garbage can, it fits perfectly.
Yeah. And then, of course, the nice chill. I love the fact that you guys added a chill tank, because a lot of people don't think to that point. They think, okay, after evisceration and final inspection, we're done. But I love the chill tank. It's got a drain. We filled this up last time with ice, and it really allowed us to go straight from evisceration, final inspection, into the tank. And we always put a little bit of white vinegar in just to help kill any bacteria.
Sure. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Great idea.
And so that really cools the carcasses down quickly. And as deep as this tank is, again, I love the fact that you guys made it this deep. You can get good 20, 30 birds in here.
Sure.
They're cooling down, and then move over into final packaging.
Sure. And we've even done in the past where you obviously do your initial cool down, but then we would have either coolers or extra tubs on the side with more water and more ice, just to even go one step further. I mean, you don't necessarily have to do that, but I guess it just kind of depends on how many birds you're doing, and you're able to kind of spread it out. So it's almost like an initial cool down, but then we go to even another ice bath thereafter. So
yeah, we do the same.
Awesome.
Stage 1, stage 2.
Sure.
You've kind of, with the vinegar in this one, you've definitely eradicated stuff, but then you still got another opportunity to get a clean rinse.
Perfect.
Well, Job, tell me about your position at Refresh Appalachia and a little bit about the organization.
Sure. My position is I'm a sales and distribution manager. Okay. I work directly with whether it be restaurants or whether it be just people that want to purchase our produce, and I work directly with the farmers around the southern West Virginia. In fact, our food collective, we work with over 100 different farmers, and so we have a lot of access to different produce, and of course different meat, whether it be chickens or hogs or beef or whatever the case may be. And then Refresh Appalachia, who I'm with, we are actually a part of Coalfield Development. We are a nonprofit, and Refresh Appalachia, we were essentially set up to during the downturn of the coal industry. On our farms, we hire either former coal miners, maybe disadvantaged youth, or just your average Joe looking for a position and want to expand their horizons and learn a new skill. Our crew members, they work on our farms in our different locations. Of course, they obviously learn farming skills, different, of all types. We have animals, and we have, produce and all the different types of things that we grow. But not only are they learning those skills, we also do different entrepreneurial building skills, different life skills throughout a given week. Plus, they're also going to receive their associate's degree. They take 6 hours of class and working towards that as well.
Man.
So it's an excellent program, and all money goes right back into the program. And we definitely are trying to have an impact in this region and help make things easier for producers, and of course just give people that don't have access to the great food that is grown right here in their backyard, literally, give them access to that. So it definitely is a great program. I'm very, very glad to be a part of.
Awesome. I love the idea that this piece of equipment obviously is nice for somebody like me to be able to rent. And if we talked about fees, I'm really impressed with low cost of this. You know, if you priced all this out, this entire unit's probably $10, $15, almost $20,000 unit, I would think, with all the build outs and the stainless steel. So if you looked at that and said, well, okay, is it practical for a small homestead, small farm like us to try to invest in all this stuff? Well, we'd have to be doing a lot of volume to justify purchasing that, and also something that's going to sit still. I mean, most small farms like this are only processing 3, 4, 5 times a year at most. So if you think something's only going to be used that much, it doesn't make sense. So I love the fact that you guys are not only providing this for small farmers like us, but you're using it yourselves to produce stuff.
We do.
So everybody's trained, everybody knows how to do it, and knows the ins and outs of it. So I love that. But you know, and then coming back and looking at, you know, I love the resiliency of West Virginians. That's what I love about our state, is the fact that, you know, we've got an opportunity there. If your career's slowed down or gone away because of just changing industry, these guys are stepping up, learning to practice. Guys that want to get outside and just work with their hands, kind of go back to the land. I love that whole concept. So
yes, definitely. And if people watching want to find out more information, of course they can get on our website, refreshappalachia.com, and of course good old Facebook. Do a search on Facebook under Refresh Appalachia, and you can definitely find us. And I think we're on Instagram as well. And awesome. But definitely please check us out, and you know, like see what we're doing. It's a good time. We're doing great things here in West Virginia, and it's definitely it's fun. I enjoy it. As I said, it's definitely something I'm proud to be a part of.
So what would you say your region, if you drew a circle to say this is where we want to live, what's that circle look like?
As far as like what our outreach?
Oh yeah, as far as you would go with outreach, with equipment, with all the aspects of Fresh Appalachia.
Well, I was going to say we're in the Charleston, Huntington region, and of course we've got one of our farm sites in Mingo County near Williamson. We've got a spot in Milton, West Virginia, in between Charleston and Huntington. We've got one in Lincoln County, and those are just our Refresh Appalachia sites. We work with farmers though all over the region, and our partnership with Greenbrier Valley Grown down in the Greenbrier Valley, and Monroe Farmers Market, and the Wayne County Co-op, and others, our overall food collective, we reach deep, much further down in there as well. As far as the reach of the trailer, those limits really haven't been reached yet. You know, I'm not going to sit and say, oh, we will only go so far, because as I said, we are here to provide the service. So I'm not going to say there is a limit. Now, if you call me from California, I don't know.
Right, exactly. Probably not going to work. Yeah.
But again, who knows? Who knows? But as far as our reach here in this region, you know, we don't put a limit on that or anything of that nature. So
So for you guys that watch that are local in the greater West Virginia area, check them out. Check out refreshappalachia.com and just look at it. If you have a need, obviously give them a call and work out some details there. If you think maybe you're not quite in the zone that they want to operate, but definitely give them a call and check that out. For those of you all outside of that area, I know we've got a lot of national audience there. Look around, look for organizations like this, nonprofits that are doing this and really getting this slow food movement up and running, and really lifting up small business, small farms. If you don't find somebody like that, consider starting your own. This is a great model. I'm sure Refresh Appalachia would be more than happy to talk to you about their model. If you guys are elsewhere and you want to start a nonprofit and do something similar to that, I'm sure these guys would be more than happy to talk to you about it.
That's perfect.
Joe, appreciate your time, man.
Oh yes, always.
Enjoyed it.
Yep, thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have our operation all set up. Tomorrow morning, hopefully at the crack of dawn, we'll start processing. We've got about 85 birds to do. And you'll see that I've obviously brought the chicken tractors up here on the driveway. And that's really the easiest way for us to restrict their feed. Obviously you want to take them all food 24 hours before processing, so you've got an empty digestive system. You don't have to mess with all that. So I know a lot of people obviously take them off pasture and put them in the transport crates, and then obviously stack the crates up where they need them. I don't have those, and those suckers are expensive if you look at them. So I just bring the tractors up here, and then we transported the chickens up and just have them on concrete. Obviously they're not going to eat food. There's no food in the concrete. They may peck a little bit of grit here and there, and a random bug may fly by, but I'm not worried about that. Still obviously giving them water. I even had a fan set up. Today was a little hot. Concrete gets a little hot, so I had a box fan set up blowing through the tractor. I even oriented the tractors east-west so we get the wind that comes down the valley in here. So no loss. They did drink a lot of water, but in good shape. So obviously tomorrow, not so good shape. But that's our setup. Well, one thing that's really impressed me with the Refresh Appalachia setup is not only do they provide the key equipment, but they also provide all the accessories, all the support stuff, even down to the trash bags. Joe wanted to offer me some trash bags. I was good on trash bags, didn't need those. But they provided the canopy so we can have some shade tomorrow. I think the only thing in this entire setup that's mine is the little curly hose, and that's just I'm hanging that, so I've got that over the evisceration table. I think that's the only thing I'm adding. Maybe that one extension cord splitter there. Everything else is stuff that they've provided. So it's really slick. It really is a complete kit, a one-stop shop there. We discovered the last time we did this that coming off the back of the chill tanks, it's nice having an inspection table here or even an additional evisceration table if we need help. But this will be our final inspection table, and we'll be ready to go into another chill bath there. So we'll have other totes that we've bleached and have some ice in them, so they'll go in another chill tote. And then over here, so over here is our shrink station. We'll have we've got this burner, propane burner, and a large pot, and of course that's where we'll put the birds in to the shrink bags, shrink them up, seal them, wrap them up, and straight down to the walk-in freezer, so they'll be flash frozen. So we're going to be able to hopefully have a nice streamlined process. So I even have the side-by-side there, because once the chickens are shrinked, then they'll go into a cardboard box, multiple birds in a cardboard box, and then down to the walk-in freezer down in the valley. So that'll be a little taxi drive there in the side-by-side to get the chickens down into the freezer. So that's what we're hoping. I've tested everything. The burner works underneath the scalder, so we've got heat. I'll start that first thing in the morning before daybreak. Everything spins that's supposed to spin, everything that rotates, and everything that sprays. So I think we're in good shape. So what I'm going to do is, we won't cover processing in this video. We'll obviously cover processing in our next video. But just really want to highlight Refresh Appalachia. And again, as we mentioned with Job, if you have an organization like this, look around, see in your state or province or wherever you are, see if there's an organization like this. If you don't, and you're of the entrepreneurial spirit, see about getting one. Obviously check your laws to see if open air processing is legal in your area. I know like in the UK and some areas in Europe they can't do this. But see if this could be a good business venture for you. You think about the equipment, being able to rent this on a regular basis, it could be a viable option there. Well, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Be sure to check us out. We do a new video 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we upload every afternoon at 4:30. All right, take care, everybody.